I'm the program manager for Horizon Outreach.
I'm Lee Tillman. I am the career development for Horizon Outreach.
I'm Elizabeth Ortega. I'm the program administrator for the Horizon Outreach program.
I'm Gina Burnley. I'm the program counselor and case manager for Horizon Outreach program.
I'm Katrina Johnson. Of course, I'm CEO and founder of Horizon Outreach.
I'm Phyllis Bernard, and I'm the program assistant.
Her name is Miss Johnson. Miss Johnson founded Horizon Outreach after she experienced the effects of the economic downturn of 2009. During this humbling experience, she also witnessed several incidents of unfair treatment of veterans. Seeing this need and building upon her personal experience, she repositioned herself to assist others. With her strong faith of God, unyielding determination, and perseverance, she founded an organization based on the principles of love, hope, and faith. As a veteran, daughter of a retired Air Force veteran, and the sister of a Navy veteran, she knows firsthand the challenges faced by veterans transitioning from military to civilian life. So I would thank you for the honor of now introducing Ms. Katrina Johnson.
Thank you so much. First of all, I would like to thank Alex here at Sierra Meadows for allowing us to use this beautiful facility today. Don't y'all think it's beautiful?
Yeah.
Yes, it is. And later on today, you'll have an opportunity to view the facility because most of the fathers that are in here are eligible to actually live in this facility. So that's why we had it here. Also, I want to thank Gina, first of all, for that wonderful introduction. Thank you so much. I appreciate you stepping in, although our board member Melvin was not here. Also, I thank Ms. Edith Curry, who our program manager, and all the staff that are here today. And y'all said Horizon Outreach program. That's all right, because guess what? They are part of the whole Horizon Outreach, giving everyone a new start. I want to thank Ms. Carolyn Scantleberry. She's the president emeritus of the NAACP. She served many years as the president of the NAACP in AACP chapter. And she's been very active in an organization that gives everyone a new start. Each of you fathers are sitting here today because y'all made a decision through some staff member who introduced you to this program to get a new start, right? And then you decided, hey, I want to be a part of this Horizon Legal Fatherhood program. And that's why y'all are here today. And that's what this organization is about, helping others. As Gina mentioned, in 2009, I went through some financially challenging times. And that's how this whole thing came about, through my struggle of being on the other side and seeing, hey, it's not just the people holding up a sign to say I'm homeless, I need help. It's someone, a mother, a father, someone who has multiple degrees, okay? It's not just, who we tend to think is homeless. It could be anyone. So during that experience, that's what moved me to drive this vision forward. There was also 2 other instances that took place where there was a homeless veteran who was on the streets, and he was actually living on the streets and in a wheelchair, okay? He was trying to cross Bissonnette. Y'all know where Bissonnette Street is, right? So he almost got hit several times, and people kept passing him by. So I pulled over and said, sir, do you need a ride? And he said, sure, I do. So I said, where are you going? He said, the OST. And I was thinking, well, I ain't going that far. But I took him there anyway. But where I ended up taking him was to the dilapidated rundown hotel where he was paying over $900 a month for a 1-bedroom apartment. He didn't have any food. It was deplorable conditions. And I said, man, this got to be somewhere else better for this veteran. That was the second thing that caused me to start Horizon Outreach. The third thing, I was on the church outreach downtown. And the associate minister who was there at the outreach, we were out, passing out food to the veterans and stuff. And one guy came up to me, he said, can I have a couple of dollars? So what's the first thing you do? Reach in your pocket, right? I didn't have any money there on the van, but I did that anyway. And he said, we don't give them no money. Keep that on the van. What? Now I started to go mobile on. That's what some of my friends say I do. But I didn't. And I got on the van. And when I got on the van, he had the window rolled up. a small piece of the whole. And even though you're graduating today from the Horizon Eagle program, you will always be Eagles and welcome to soar into Horizon at any time. And we will continue to help you and make sure you stay on track. And it's not just about you, it's about your family, and it's about every connection that is tied to you to make things happen. So what I want y'all to do is one thing for me. When y'all go out today, out of those doors, never forget us at Horizon. Spread the word, because we need more fathers. We need more Eagles like yourself to soar in. And just keep us in your hearts. How about that?
He's a father. He has family to come back to. We help him out. I was about 6 years younger than my older brother. And when he came back, he was different. And I imagine anyone would be different after facing situations like that. Hand-to-hand combat, to combat, going through certain things, and therefore, I think he was there for a while. And when he came back, it was a tad bit different. His lights weren't the same. His normal patterns that he didn't just jump back into. It was a process to over time, and I'm assuming to go through some things and go back to what we would call normal. I think that's unfair to say. But we need people like you. We need your staff to continue with your efforts to make people whole again, or try to get them to where they want to be. And so, I didn't know much about Horizon. You did a great job today by telling us what you're about and your mission. I wish there was another one of you that would do this for just regular fathers, because we face, in the city of Houston and District B, we face a lot of issues like that. And we need men to come back and become parents. We need men to come back and form their family. And I truly believe, even though a lot of issues that we face today, that we want the city, we want our local government to fix them, we just want the ones to do it. It's going to take efforts like yourself and other people to go out. Some of the items have already been touched on by the staff. It says, whereas Horizon Outreach is a nonprofit founded in February 2010 by Ms. Johnson, a U.S. Air Force veteran, former corporate businesswoman, and real estate entrepreneur. The next paragraph states a little more about the organization. And it says, whereas the mission of Horizon Outreach is giving everyone a new start, it is accomplished by providing programs that increase self-sufficiency through the offering of supportive services and assistance in locating housing. It is a long-term vision of the organization to provide a facility that will house all of its programs and provide permanent supportive housing for low-income families. Whereas since 2010, the organization has connected over 700 to resources and supportive services. It didn't say that twice, I just said that twice. Over 700. There were services to the community through collaborative outreach efforts and the offering of supportive services and housing assistance for military veterans and non-veteran families. Horizon Outreach has positioned itself in the community as an organization who will provide answers and solutions to problems. They are always willing to ensure clients are connected to all available community resources. Whereas the Horizon Eagle program provides military, veteran fathers with strategies to overcome the effects of PTS disorder or some disabling condition on their relationships, parenting abilities, and employability. The program promotes responsible fatherhood among military veteran fathers. It seeks to assist the fathers in transitioning from military to civilian life, becoming economically stable, gaining employment skills that will increase their marital and parenting abilities and allow them to overcome the challenges of PTSD. Whereas the staff of Horizon Outreach are dedicated to helping fathers of the Horizon Eagle program soar to new heights with their families. Therefore, I, Jerry Davis, City Council Member of District B, hereby proclaim March 22nd, 2013 as Horizon Outreach Day in the City of Houston. All right. will tell you today, I will set an appointment with my office so we can try to figure out where you are in achieving your goals and creating a housing facility in District B. In District B.
It was truly myself, a couple people in the community saying, all right, if we don't know where to reach, we don't have the money and funding, let's connect. So we had outreach events at the Third Ward Community Center. Over 312 people came within 3 months of us getting 501c3 nonprofit. Didn't even know what Horizon Outreach was. Put together over 28 agencies all over the city. And the thing was connected to veteran resources, to housing. We had every agency on site who had those resources. Did it again the second. That's where that number 700 comes from. But see, don't let anyone tell you you can't do something, because you can do it. Okay, if you got a desire to do it, you can make it happen. You can make it happen. So give yourself a hand for making it happen. Okay, now I can calm down. I'm envisioning that housing community. All right. So, well, I'm going to introduce someone else that I happen to know and consider to be a friend. And I asked her on the spot to do this, and she said, I don't do this for everybody. I said, I know, but she's going to do it for y'all. All right? Miss Carolyn Scantleberry, she's a licensed master social worker. She's on the state executive committee of the NAACP. But most important, she's a woman on the move, just like y'all. Father's on the move. How is she on the move? Well, all throughout this city, she has helped those that are in need through her efforts to make sure that change has come to the African American community by serving as the president of the NAACP, right? But not only that, she's now the president emeritus and still making change throughout this community. Carolyn is a native Houstonian, graduate of Jack Yates High School, Houston-Tillotson University, Atlanta University, and Yale University. Oh, she's a smart woman, ain't she? Practicing for psychiatric social work. Human services and the elevation of our people are her heart and greatest passions. Her motto is, find a way or make one. She is the proud mom of Donnie Scantleberry, a Grammy-nominated music producer, and grandmother to Noah Matthews Scantleberry, a gifted and talented student. Some of her most recent accomplishments, she said, don't read each one of them, but one is most noteworthy. Designed, wrote, and implemented the first grant for services for the Hurricane Katrina affected population.
All right.
All right. The initial focus was mental health support with a consortium of social services and basic needs resources. She created the Focused Care Project that has provided services through 5 funding sources: HGAC, Harris County Housing Authority, Home Again, United Way, and Neighborhood Centers, Inc. Currently working with the Area Agency on Aging. Okay? City of Houston Health and Human Services as a trainer and social worker. She said that's enough, but the list goes on and on. Volunteers, director at the WCA, National Certified Crisis Team member. Okay, these are the things she's done in our community to make sure that everything moves forward for those that are indigent, in need. Give Miss Carolyn Scantleberry a hand.
Says what? Be anxious for nothing, but in all things through prayer and supplication with thanksgiving make your request to the Lord, that He will grant you the what? Peace that passes all understanding. When I understood, I'm learning about Miss Johnson just like you all are. But this is the most exciting day of my life, to see men who are fathers standing up for something. Ooh, I'm telling you, when he talked about that, she doesn't know, but I am the chair, state executive in AACP. We say in AACP because people met us at the airport and say, is this the NWACP? They thought it was a W. But we always say that, but I'm the state housing chief for the NAACP, which includes HUD and all of the other things. I was president of the NAACP in Houston, and we did some things there, but this it's not about me, it's about y'all. It's about men on the move. What does it say? Fathers on the move. And action is what's important. I want you all to know that the community needs what you have. We talk about all the stuff that we've learned and how we suck everything up, but what can you give? Dignity above all else, and service. Another one of my mottos is service is the rent that we pay for space on this earth. If you can't do something for somebody else, then don't even come in my face. You got to do something right. There's a 6-letter word to success. And obviously, you all have been a part of a successful work. And that 6-letter word is action. Getting up and doing something. You know, we sit down on our Humpty Dumptys, but everybody in this room has a special gift. That's why God made us all different. Because it takes what? The arm to make a body?
Yes.
Somebody is what? The arm, the head, the legs, all of this. And you all are the body of the community. If we don't have you, who else are these little babies going to look up to? I'm working with the Area Agency on Aging, and they put me in, after Katrina, we did the Katrina thing, I said, well, just let me stay at the city so I can be vested and get that retirement check, right? Head to retirement, baby. I've been out here a long time. But they put me in the ADRC, which is the Aging and Disability Resource Center. That means any kind of disability, anybody that's aging, which we all are, the resources are there. I think I do overkill. There is a table over there. You have pens. You have all the information, hand sanitizer. And if you cannot use the information about senior services, you know somebody who can. So you be a resource. Pick it up anyway. I don't want to take none of that stuff back. Pick it up and take it with you. Give it to your church. Give it to somebody so that they can help. But I want to thank Ms. Johnson for the work that she has done. She called me the other day, and God is always in the midst, obviously, because I have nothing on my schedule. Wow. And usually every day you got something that you have to do, right? But this, I am so excited about the service, and to look at you all, you look so proud and handsome. I'm telling you. I was of that era when the fellas went to Vietnam, and I said, we ain't gonna never get no husbands. You know? All the men were gone, but you all are here. You obviously have families. How many married? Look there. Okay, single ladies, see there, we got some single men in here. That's a beautiful thing. I'm telling you, but we need what you have and what you have learned. Tell me some of the things. I like to do interactive. I don't like to talk at you. Tell me some of the things that you've learned and participated in this program.
Patience. Patience and openness towards each other as veterans. We intercede with each other a lot, you know. We reveal a lot of things to each other, and some of the information that I might have, I can share with some of them, and information they have, they share with me as well. We just have I really enjoy this program. We got this real strong camaraderie.
And you said sharing, just talking and understanding, being able to listen to somebody else, active listening without being ready to say something. Right. And accepting who they are. What a beautiful world it would be if we had people that would just do that. Patience. That's a virtue in the Bible, right? Having patience to listen. What did you learn? Young man, what did you learn, sir?
Not to forget about, like my brother was saying, our military. In the military, we all have a sense of camaraderie that we build naturally. And sometimes we separate from that. It causes a lot of issues with what we used to. When we came to this program, it was right back on track with it. We were able to talk with each other, learn different life problems to solve and get through them from situations we didn't think we could take something from. And so, I mean, just learning to get back into that type of brotherhood with anybody you interact with, to help people just genuinely help them, it's invaluable.
Well, what? We got speakers right here.
I know.
We have speakers right here. Y'all better come here. Y'all have speakers right here. This is such a blessing. What did you learn?
Coming to the program
because your walk is special. God gave you that walk. Everybody's walk, somebody walking down that lane, but this is your lane. Ooh, special. And that gift that you have is special. Y'all just shine. Come on, what?
I guess what I got out of the program basically is the volume of faith that my brothers have.
My brothers, the strength.
And the knowledge and wisdom that we have expressed, now that it's open. And that these brothers have really enticed me and given me inspiration.
And listen to how eloquently they speak. Oh, I am just so proud of this. What have you learned, sir?
It was a whole bunch of things. When I came to the program, I was hopeless, but with the help of staff, I found that there's still life in it.
That's right. Lots of life. Lots of life. You're here for a reason. If you at 6 feet under, you're here for what? A reason. You got something else to do. But somebody.
Inspiration.
Inspiration.
Wow. Different words. That brought me to a point in my life where I feel like I reached high heights. That's why I'm moved by the word the eagle that he soared when we achieved our goals. For me, it has a power in this lifetime.
Using the word eagle, there's a book by, have you seen the book, The Chicken? The eagle who thought it was a chicken.
Right.
Have you seen it?
I know the story.
You know the story. The eagle who thought he was a chicken. You all are eagles. You don't run with the chickens. What did you learn, sir?
I've learned that there's people out there that really care, and I've learned that there's doors that I can open. Otherwise, I wouldn't have learned or seen without the program. It's given me hope, inspiration, communicating better with my spouse. And I'm grateful for it.
And you brought her with you. Oh, we so proud to have you. Brought your wife too? Yeah, say right. I didn't hear from you.
I'm just starting the program. I came to support the graduates and also to share with them just the joy of being able to, reach heights and to keep soaring. Because, when eagles soar, they have to flap. When they get up so high, they just soar high. And the thing of it is that when you get to that point, it's like persevering. You have to persevere through things. But when you get to that point where everybody is in amen, which is in agreement, then it's not that hard to persevere because, God is there first and foremost. But then He brings us all together on that one common goal. And I'm enjoying it. I mean, the thing of it is, I'm just getting started. And, it's going to inspire me even more so to do this program and to spread the word about this program. Because I know that, you can tell when things are God given.
That's right.
You can feel it.
That's right.
When you step into this place, when I stepped into Horizon Outreach, I was like, wow, is this just another nonprofit? But the thing of it is, when I got to talking to Ms. Johnson and the staff, it was like, I knew right there and there that it's something special about this, because it's a lot of times, the truth is right around the corner. A lot of people can't find it, but I'm just glad that I found it. And I'm excited to start and finish the program, but I also am excited to just spread the word because, and I'm gonna stop right quick. I'm in a pretty good place right now, but it's just like I got a good job, but it's a lot of the young veterans, young men like this young man right here, even though they're doing pretty well, out in mainstream, they still need to support. They still need how to be
Look
upheld.
at the crown molding. Look at the quality of work. There's a garden out there in the back. Reverend Lawson, they named that area out there after Reverend Bill Lawson, who is a minister. You know, so, you know, a lot of that was, it was a little bit too African American for them. You know what I'm talking about? But, you know. But I'd love for all of you to join the NAACP. We take all ethnicities. You can be any color. So we want you to join the NAACP. Go see what they're about. We're still out here fighting for you. People talk about the relevance. We move from the street to the courthouse. We make sure that we're in there. The state president, Gary Bledsoe, has presented in front of the Supreme Court, smart brother. We have conferences all the time, at least $5. It's only $30 a year for membership, so it's not a lot to say there. But we need, the community needs you. These young men need your hands every time, and it's all in how you do it. Larry Alexander was the principal in HISD, and I love the way we were talking. He said, "Excuse me," and he walked over to a little fellow. He said, "You know, we were terrorists." You know, he did it in a respectful way. We can't say, "Man, pull up and things." That's right, and they don't want to hear that. But when I see them in the store, I don't care how they look, and I say, "Look, we got a president. You want to see him wearing his pants?" You know, I'll say anything, but just to try to put it on their mind. Just say, "I care about you, brother." You all call each other brothers. But I thank you so much. Thank you, Katrina.
No, thank you.
And when I think about the name Katrina, that's when I started with the city. And that Katrina was a hurricane. Y'all have a hurricane named Katrina on your tail. So you know you got to do it, right? Okay, but thank you so much. And please take this stuff with you. Give it to somebody. There's information on there for seniors. Information for people with disabilities. I work with Baylor College of Medicine in a program called A Calmer Life. If you just want to talk to somebody, they have a phone number you can call. I think it's an age limit or whatever. But take that stuff and share it. Okay? I love you, and you all are beautiful, and thanks for sharing with me. And thank you, Katrina, for inviting me.
I part of this program, because initially I was having a lot of problems after I came back home from my deployment overseas. As a veteran in Operation Iraqi Freedom, I was having issues transferring my military experiences into the civilian workforce. I wanted to major in a lot of things. I wanted to go to school. I wanted to do a lot of work in my community and make actually a difference in the military and the civilian side. I wasn't able to get in the position that I felt like I deserved. Not only that, I didn't necessarily have as much confidence in myself that I should actually deserve those things. So I fell into like a major slump for quite some time. And after a long time of beating up on myself, a friend of mine referred me to this program. He said, hey man, you need some extra cash, you're having issues with some financial situations with your home and whatnot. I know this veteran program, they may be able to help you, may help you to find a job. I said, wait, hey, go find something, maybe somebody can help me. I didn't realize I had more of a problem inside of myself than I had with finding what I need. I came to this program with Ms. Johnson. She looked at me and told me that I'm a stud. She said, this fine gentleman right here, he's a stud. He's gonna make some stuff happen. Something along those words. And playing around with it, I started to say it myself and started to believe it. Like, okay, make some things happen. We had a lot of counseling sessions, had a lot of advisory. My brothers, they would say random things that would hit home with them. And maybe I would say something as well, not even knowing that it was inside of me to say it. But in retrospect to what they were saying, I would come up with it and like, why didn't I think of that before? Or why didn't I hear this before? Making investments, investing in myself to become better, and put myself out there with my good foot to see my shoes. And it's so important to know how much confidence can go when you're going out there and doing things in this world. People gonna look at you only as far as you will step out for. And she taught me how to step out right. She said it was always in me. I don't believe it. I think it's her. But it was some good stuff that I got from these guys here. Their wisdom, the friendship more so, and the assistance that I got. I decided to redeployment of all of my soldiers and equipment back home. Make sure all this is done. Mama said we're coming home, I'm getting it done.
All right.
So,
All right.
I just wanted to say these few words and thank you so much for what you've done for me.
All right.
You could just say a few words. We really appreciate it. And he's also a deacon in his church.
All right. Wow. I tell you what. Well, I came to know Ms. Johnson while I was working in the Department of Veteran Affairs. And the moment that I met her, even up until now, she's always innovative. She's always doing things for other people more than she do for herself. So she caught my attention as to that. And when she told me about starting this particular program, it was just imagination, I thought. Because a young lady that with an executive MBA from Auburn University, already making over $100,000 a year, and you're going to give that up to do what? Come on now. And she said, well, I'm going to do it because she's a servant, and like it says in the Bible, that if you want to be the greatest, you be the servant.
Yes, sir.
So in my opinion, as well as yours, she is the greatest. Let's give another name. In closing, in conclusion, what I have to say is that she's the type of person that she's always doing. And I wonder, and I asked her sometime, because of her, I'm hearing the things that a lot of people say, my plate is full. Well, I tell her occasionally that I know her plate is full, but Ms. Johnson, why don't you try to use a plate? Okay? But think about it here. At the end of the day, she's not a workaholic, because everybody can be busy but not effective. She's very effective. I was listening to her today on the radio station, and I asked her, how are you going to get to the program? And lo and behold, she beat me here. Okay. In conclusion, I would like to thank and supporting the program, because after all, she is making a change, not only in the city of Houston, but in the state of Texas, as well as on a national scale.
All right.
And if you got a chance to be a part of the program that she does, quite naturally, she's a pioneer within herself. And I'll tell you one thing, if you continue to support her, you will find out that you too will learn a lot more than what you know now about serving as well as supporting our veterans. Let's give her
Absolutely. She said she wanted a picture with all these handsome men in here. As long as your wife don't get mad. All right. Before we go into honoring the fathers, there's another father that I wanted to call up to just say something real brief, because I think he, like he said, he made a lot of change. His spouse is here. He came to us, and even though he won't be quite receiving everything, even with Mr. Weaver, but y'all still here and on the move. So George Hernandez, I want you to come up real quick. You're not on the program, but please just say a couple of words. Give her a hand.
I wasn't expecting this, but a few words that I can say is that I'm really grateful for the program. My situation was a little bit different because unfortunately I've been incarcerated. So not only was it hard for me just to be a homeless veteran, but I also had the conviction. It has been really difficult for me, but thank God for the program and Ms. Johnson, my spouse. We're working things out, and I'm really grateful for that. I'm glad to see Mr. Weaver boy. He's a young man, good looking man, stud, like you said. He's about to have his baby, and I really appreciate all my brothers here. And I'm glad that you're here to be able to see this, because it is important to me. And I know that she's going to make a difference, especially with somebody like you on her side. All right.
Ever ready. You got to be ever ready. Speak like y'all did today.
That's right. Ever ready. That's what kind of people we got in our program, right? Eagles, ever ready. Isn't that right, Mr. Tucson? Are we ready? All right, Mr. Mayor?
That's right.
Mr. Harris. And Mr. Mitchell is always ready. Mr. Page, you ready to sing? All right, well, at this time, again, I want to thank everyone. Mr. Sappington, come up here real quick. Just real quick, please. And I don't know where Lee is actually manning the iPad. But Mr. Reginald Sappington, actually, let me tell you just how the vote he is. He's taking he took a drug screen today. He started on Monday as an outreach specialist. And he said, you know what, I got a few minutes to stop over there. So I saw him coming through the door with supplies and everything. I said, you ain't on the side yet. But, that's telling me something. He's ready to work. Right. Is this a man on the move? That's right. All right. He's a former recruiter, Army recruiter. And Lee is a former Air Force recruiter. He just started, yesterday? They on the move, right? Yeah, we baptized by fire here at Horizon. All right, just wanted to say that. All right, thank you. All right. Well, at this time, we're going to go ahead and start recognizing the fathers who are graduating from this program. And not only that, all of them. So even if you're not actually receiving all the benefits today, guess what? You're going to receive in a couple weeks. We're going to make sure of that. All right? All right? Mr. Hayes, thank you for the wonderful words you said. We're looking forward to you continuing, and Mr. Tucson continuing through the program. Through y'all coming today, that's showing your dedication and commitment to this Eagle Fatherhood program. Thanks to the staff for everything that y'all did to make this happen, because I couldn't do it by myself. So give y'all selves a hand. And not just a hand. We do something else when we do something real good that we learned from Mr. Tillman. It's just one single hand clap. So on the count of 3, we're going to do a real loud single hand clap. So Mr. Tillman, put that down because you're the one that instigated this. So we want you to do that with us. See, when he interviews, it's something he told us on the count of, come up here. See, you can already see he likes to be on the move. All right. So on the count of 3, we're going to do this hand clap. Just one single hand clap. You want to tell them how it goes first?
One hand clap. One sound, one team, one heartbeat. Got it? Yeah. Got it? Got it. On 3. 1, 2, 3. That's what I'm
beyond their circumstance. Now, all of you have, but we got a couple that we want to honor today, all right? Just based on some things that they have done and some things they have achieved, all right? The very first one is Chef Aubrey Foot.
All right.
Chef Aubrey Foot, okay, come up in just a second. Chef Aubrey Foot, first of all, when he came through the doors, everything was there. They ain't gonna hire me, I got this problem, I got that one, just negative. But sometimes I ain't gonna lie, one day I was like, Lord, here he comes. And I couldn't do nothing to change. But it has to come from within. Okay? Eventually he was told by one of these agencies in this city, I don't know what she's telling you over there. You won't get a job with a record like that. Did they tell you that? She doesn't know what she's talking about. You'll never get a job in the field you love. Something about that ignited hope in him. And he would beat us to the office. Okay? So I knew when I get up at 8 o'clock in the morning, I think it was just me and Gina at one point before the rest of the staff came, but I had to be there on time because he was going to be there to open the door. And I said, if he didn't find to get a job, he was going to get a job in Horizon. Okay? I'm serious. But a job finally came through for him. And not only a job, but what he loves as a chef with the French corner. So Aubrey Foot, which he has always been. He's done such a great job at the French Corner, training the other people on different things. They have him as the head chef over at the HCC location. All right. Now, I had to pull some strings with his boss yesterday, late in the afternoon, to get him over here. And at first, the boss said, well, I got news for you. I fired him. I'm sitting on the phone saying, what? He said, he didn't work out. And I can do that couldn't be true because I've been talking to you constantly about how much you love that job. He said, oh, I'm just kidding. He said, I'll let him off after he prepares the morning meal. And so Mr. Foot got off, Chef Foot, and he's here. So come on, we want to present something to you. All right. On behalf of Horizon Outreach and the Board of Directors, we want to present you.
On record, I'd like to thank my fellow Eagles that gave me encouragement that to keep on trying when I thought that the end was at the end. You know, like went to some programs that told me that the charge that I had that I would never get a job in that field. But I had the encouragement, well, when I kept on coming, I just kept looking, just kept on, and I'm good at what I'm doing. And then someone gave me a chance. And with the encouragement and the footwork, looking for a job, resumes, and with giving assistance with the Horizon, it worked out. All right. And I'm grateful.
Again, all of y'all are honorary Eagle fathers. But we got another. That's Arthur Harris.
All right.
Why is Arthur Harris an honorary Eagle father? Well, because it took a whole lot of encouragement to encourage this one sitting next to him. And he kept him in line. Not only did he keep him in line, but Mr. Mitchell kept him in line. But also with Arthur Harris, he took a lead each time that he came to the program. Even out in the community, if we asked him to go over to E.O. Smith Academy to encourage the children, he did that. What y'all talking about, the young men with the pants sack, you know, those little boys were sharp. Weren't they sharp? But Mr. Harris, he even told them some other things to encourage them and keep them moving forward. And you know what? Those little gentlemen, they was just so engaged with them. It was just like that was their dad or their grandfather. And if I asked Mr. Harris to go anywhere, he goes. We were just on a panel at MD Anderson and he spoke. And everybody was just so enthralled with him and just amazed. Listen to this veteran. Listen to what he's saying about the needs are in this community. He also encouraged himself to go back to school. He's over at Eastside University, learning computer skills. He's going on to be an advanced player. So he's done a lot. And each of you are honorary fathers. But it's so hard to choose from each one. But you know, the ones who maybe Canaan had the most negative, and then it came recharged to a power. Those are the ones we say our honorary Eagle fathers. So come on up here, Mr. Eric.
First of all, I'd like to give thanks to God, to your Lord, for us being here and also the presentation. Of all the people here that has put this together in order to honor us veterans who I think, and I will always say, we deserve the honor as being privileged people in this United States. And I'm going to thank everyone here, all my brothers, all the staff, for giving me the encouragement to go back to school, to acquire the knowledge that to expand the knowledge that I've already acquired, and also to bring forth new fathers and new eras and all generations. And I want to thank Ms. Johnson, most of all, for giving me this opportunity, because when I seen her in this stand-down presentation over there in Emancipation Park, and I thought this was just going to be another one going through. She presented the program to me, and 2 days later she called me and asked me was I going to attend. Well, I attended classes and everything. And you know something? I'm very glad that I'm a Marine veteran. Also, I'm a homeless veteran. And one thing that I am now is an inspired veteran who is going to complete my task. So you my work. And I want to thank her. Always put you on the spot.
Always. All right.
Ain't no stopping us now. We're on the move. We're on the move. Ain't no stopping us now. We're on the move. We're on the move. Ain't no stopping us now. We're on the move. We're on the move.
There's been so many things that's held us down.
This happens like things are finally coming around. I know I got a long way to go. Everywhere going, I don't know. We're only just making hold us back. We'll put ourselves together, we'll polish up our act. Well, wherever you've never found before, I know you used to be held down anymore. Yeah.
Come on, somebody.
Don't you let nothing stand in your way. I want you to listen to what I gotta say, Ain't no stopping us now. We're on the move.
All right.
We're on the move. Ain't no stopping us now. We're on the move.
All right.
We're on the move. All right.
All right. Because we got to get some fathers recruited. So we let it be said this day, on March 22nd, that we're what?
On the move.
All right.
Ain't no stopping us now. We're on the move. Ain't no stopping us now. We got the groove. There's been so many things that held us down, but now it looks like things are finally coming around. I know we've got a long, long way to go, and where we'll end up, I don't know. But we won't let nothing hold us back. We're putting ourselves together, we're polishing up our act, yeah. And if you've ever been held down before, I know you refuse to be held down anymore. And don't you let nothing, nothing stand in your way, yeah. I want y'all to listen, listen to every word I say, every word I say. Ain't no stopping us now. We're on the move. We're on the move. Ain't no stopping us now. We got the groove. We got the groove. Ain't no stopping us now. We're on the move. We're on the move. Ain't no stopping us now. We're on the